خلص؟ اوكي. الفيديو ده خد وقت طويل عشان انا كنت بوقف واشرح في نص. بس الفيديو ده لوحده 12 دقيقة. انا عرضته وقسته. متى يعني اللي انا انصحكم بيه طلعوه وذاكروا كلينيكال اكزامينيشن منه وشوفوه ريبيتدلي بحيث ان يبقى هي دي الطريقه اللي انتوا بتعملوا بيها فحص لوحدكم كده. ده يخلي الواحد يعرف يخلص الكاردياك اكزامينيشن في 12 دقيقه وما يحصلش انه يفقد معلومه مهمه. الخطوه الثانيه اننا او دلوقتي اننا هنتكلم على الامبورتنت كاردياك ميرمرز والحاجات الاساسيه اللي تفرقهم من بعضها، يعني اعتبروها نوع من مراجعه الميرمرز. الميرمرز اللي هنناقشها النهارده اساسا المايترال ريجرجيتيشن ورا منه الاورتيك ستينوزس عشان نفرق التو سيتس اوف سيستوليك ميرمرز من بعض، وبعدين الانوسنت سيستوليك ميرمر اللي هو الفانكشنال سيستوليك ميرمر، بعدين الاورتيك ريجرجيتيشن، بعدين المايترال ستينوزس، وبعدين البريكارديال اللي هي الحاجات الكومن اللي احنا بنشوفها. اوكي؟ المايترال ريجرجيتيشن هو اللي احنا هنبتدي بيه الاول. عاوز اقول لكم انه the stress falling on any cardiac valve حجم الضغط اللي واقع على اي صمام is dependent on two things: the area of the valve and the pressure which this valve faces when it is closed, because when the valve is open it doesn't face any pressure. بديهي يعني مش كده؟ مفتوح. لا. When the mitral valve is closed, it faces left ventricular systolic pressure. يعني 120. And that's followed by the aortic valve. When the aortic valve is closed, it faces aortic diastolic pressure. يعني 80. Followed by the tricuspid. When the tricuspid valve is closed, it faces right ventricular systolic pressure. يعني 25 بس. آخر واحد البلمونري. When the pulmonary valve is closed, it faces pulmonary artery diastolic pressure يعني 10. ودي بالظبط هي الفريكونسي of valve disease. The most common valve affection is the mitral, followed by the aortic, followed by the tricuspid, the least is the pulmonary. فعلا هو كده. نيجي بقى للميترال ريجرجن. هنسمع الميترال ريجرجن الأول ونعلق في النص واحد.
The characteristic auscultatory finding of mitral regurgitation is a holosystolic murmur of constant intensity, as shown by this monocardiogram. Listen to a patient with mitral regurgitation. I will start with 3 normal beats and then add the murmur.
educational video series prepared by the American College of Cardiology. هو اللي كملوا هنا لو تاخدوا بالكم ان قبل كل رقم بيحط 3 نورمال بيتس. طبعا ده واضح انه اخراج يعني للفيديو. النورمال لايف مفيش حاجه كده. طب احنا ازاي هنعرف النورمال من الابنورمال؟ احنا لازم تبقى وداننا واحده كويس قوي على النورمال ويبقى مفيش معنى خالص لكلمه مثلا لاود فيرست ساوند، ويك سكند ساوند. لاود بالنسبه لايه يعني؟ طب ايه الحل ان الواحد ودانه تعرف النورمال؟ الحل انه يسمع نفسه واخواته في البيت واصحابه والعيانين النون كاردياك اللي بيشوفهم في الرأس من غير ما ودنك تاخد على وات از نورمال. وصف الابنورمال ملوش معنى. So you have to train your ear on what is normal.
The constant intensity of the mitral regurgitation murmur is the result of the persistent pressure gradient between the left ventricle and the left atrium throughout systole. This figure shows the direction of this regurgitant flow. This murmur is heard best at the apex.
The mitral valve is formed of 2 leaflets and an anterior and a posterior. The anterior leaflet is the larger leaflet. Most of the regurg thus will be directed posteriorly. That's why the murmur propagates to the axilla. Sometimes the regurg occurs through the posterior mitral leaflet, and the murmur propagates anteriorly. And in that case, you will find that the murmur is going to the left sternal edge. مع انه mitral regurg, انما going to the left sternal edge. In that case, it may look like tricuspid regurgitation or ventricular septal defect. It can be differentiated because tricuspid regurgitation murmur increases by inspiration. One little trick here. If you want to know the effect of respiration on a murmur, never ask the patient to take a deep breath. If you do that, you hear nothing but respiratory noise. What you should do is put the stethoscope where you want to listen and just look at the patient's abdomen. The abdomen is going up in inspiration, going down in expiration. And you can notice the difference in the murmur with the movement of the abdomen. If you ask the patient to take a deep breath, you will hear respiration sound. You will not hear cardiac sounds.
With the patient in the left lateral position. When regurgitant jet is directed posteriorly, this murmur radiates towards the left axilla. If the regurgitant jet is directed anteriorly towards the sternum, the murmur radiates towards the left sternal edge. Slight regurgitation.
Sometimes the murmur of mitral regurgitation is not that loud. There are maneuvers that can accentuate the murmur, that can exaggerate the murmur. This maneuver is bilateral isometric hand grip. Ask the patient to grip both hands against each other and hold them tightly. Again, without the Valsalva maneuver. Remember ان اي حد بيحاول يشيل حاله تقيله بيحزق من غير ما ياخد باله. Without the Valsalva maneuver. When you do isometric exercise, blood pressure increases, so the aorta pressure increases, and so the pressure in the left ventricle increases, and so the mitral regurg increases. This maneuver, isometric hand grip, but taking care no Valsalva, increases not only mitral regurg murmur, it also increases the murmur of ventricular septal defect, which is essentially a regurg from the left ventricle to the right ventricle. And it increases the murmur of aortic regurgitation, because when you increase the pressure in the aorta, the regurg from the aorta to the left ventricle increases. So this maneuver is a very important maneuver because it exaggerates murmurs with mitral regurgitation, ventricular septal defect, and aortic. Okay?
Will increase in response to hand grip maneuver. Listen to the change in this murmur with a hand grip maneuver. Rest. Hand grip. This murmur extends all the way to the second heart sound, reflecting the significant gradient that exists between the left ventricle and the left atrium throughout systole. How many etiologies of mitral regurgitation?
The cause of mitral regurgitation depends on the age at onset. Age at onset, مش age of the patient. Mitral regurgitation starting in young age can number one be congenital. It can be a part of the endocardial cushion defect which is encountered in patients with Down syndrome. And the characteristic feature in this patient is a left axis deviation in the electrocardiogram. Apart from congenital, mitral regurgitation in the Western Hemisphere is mostly due to mitral valve prolapse. This is an inherited connective tissue weakness, which is inherited as autosomal dominant, so it is common. And this connective tissue weakness reflects in mitral regurgitation, as Didi said, because the mitral valve is the valve under most pressure, under most stress. If you are here or in the eastern side of the world, they will tell you that the commonest cause is rheumatic heart disease, which is true. The two common acquired causes of mitral regurgitation starting in childhood is mitral regurgitation due to rheumatic fever and due to mitral valve prolapse or floppy valve syndrome. If you go to older age mitral regurgitation starting later than that, you will find cases due to left ventricular failure, papillary muscle dysfunction, chordal rupture, Marfan syndrome, infective endocarditis, cardiac trauma. Other causes come in older age. Go on.
Include exomatic degeneration of the mitral valve as shown in this figure.
شوفوا الليفلتس طويله والكوردي تنجيني طويله. ده اللي بيحصل في الانهيرتد كونكتيف تيشو ويكنس انه بيمط. This is a technique which you need to have an idea what is it. A physicist named Christian Doppler, some 200 years ago, described the phenomenon. That phenomenon is when you emit sound waves to a moving object, the reflected sound waves come to you in a different frequency. If the object is moving towards you, the reflected waves are of higher frequency. And when the object is moving away from you, the reflected waves are of lower frequency. This is called the Doppler phenomenon. It was later found that it applies to all waves, not sound waves. يعني sound, ultrasound, electromagnetic, radar, radio, كل حاجة. What we do here is we emit ultrasound waves and they reflect back from the blood. What are the objects in the blood that reflect sound waves? The red blood cells. هو البلد جواه حاجة تانية. So these are ultrasound waves reflected from the moving red blood cells. The machine is adjusted that when the blood is moving towards the sound transducer, the ultrasound transducer, it produces a red color. And when the blood is moving away from the ultrasound transducer, it produces a blue color. That's why they call it color-coded Doppler. When there is turbulence, such as around valve lesions, it produces a mixture of colors, which is called the mosaic, as you see here. لما الدكتورة آلاء تحرك الفيديو ده هناخد بالنا من حاجة مهمة قوي. لما الليفت فنتريكل يعمل ريجيرش في الليفت اتريوم، هيبقى الدم داخل الليفت اتريوم بعيد عن الترانسديوسر فوق عند الليفت فنتريكل 8. هتلاقوا الليفت اتريوم اتسلب ازرق. وبعدين لما الليفت اتريوم يكونتراكت يفضي الدم يوديه ليفت فنتريكل، هيبقى الدم ماشي فوق. برافو عليك، هتلاقي الليفت اتريوم اتسلب احمر. فاللي هتبصوا هنا هتلاقوا ايه؟ هتلاقوا الليفت اتريوم بيغير لونه بين الازرق والاحمر، لكن المايترال فالف عليه كونستانت موزايك، الشخبطه اللي مش راضيه تتغير دي نتيجه الدم. ورينا قلم.
As seen by color Doppler echocardiogram. constant intensity, which is served best at the cardiac apex. Listen once again to a patient with mitral regurgitation.
السؤال من الدكتورة كانت عاوزة تسأل قبل ما ننقل على أورطة. نعم. لا علي صوتك شوية. لما بيعمل على الايد كامل كده ده اسمه ايزومتريك اكسرسايز، ده بيؤدي الى رايز اوف سيستوليك بريشر، وبالتالي البريشر في الاورطه بيعلى، فالبريشر في الليفت فنتريكل بيعلى، فالماتريكل بيزيد. اورطة stenosis.
The murmur of aortic stenosis is a harsh, diamond-shaped murmur as shown by this phonocardiogram. Listen to a patient with aortic stenosis. I will begin with 3 normal beats and then add the murmur.
So the characteristics of ejection murmur are very different from regurgitant. First of all, ejection murmurs intensity goes up and down. Ejection murmurs start after, not with the first heart sound. The most important thing, if you can observe also, is that ejection murmurs propagate to the neck. Regurgitant murmurs, no matter how loud, they never propagate to the neck. One added feature is if the patient has an irregular pulse, such as atrial fibrillation or post-extrasystolic beat or something. The beat coming after the delay, coming after the long pause, has a louder murmur, which is only logic, because a louder pause means more diastolic filling, and so the stroke volume is more, Frank Starling law. And when the stroke volume is more, the murmur becomes louder. وبالتالي لو انا بسمع عيان عنده aortic stenosis وفي نفس الوقت نظري عنده atrial fibrillation، اسمع حاجه عامله كده، بصوا. لما يكون في بوز طويل البيت اللي بعده تيجي ايه؟ عاليه، مرمى فيها عاليه. ده ما يحصلش ابدا مع الرجال.
Test of the second right intercostal space with the diagram of the stethoscope. The severity of stenosis is related to the delay in the peaking of this murmur. The later the murmur peaks, the more severe.
Okay. دي برضه ملحوظة منطقية. When the stenosis is tight, the left ventricle takes a longer time to evacuate. مش كده؟ And the result is that the peak of the murmur is reached late. مش بس the peak of the murmur is reached late. ده كمان the peak of the pulse is reached late. عارفين الكاركترستيك pulse بتاع aortic stenosis اللي هو pulse parvus italis، يعني cardiac pulse. يعني cardiac pulse الميكانيزم بتاعته هي نفس الميكانيزم of the delayed peaking of the murmur when aortic stenosis is tight.
Here's the stenosis. Aortic stenosis is often associated with a delayed and diminished carotid pulse. Notice the normal carotid upstroke on the left and the delayed one on the right. adult patients, a
cause of aortic stenosis depends also on the age and onset. Starting in young age, the commonest cause is bicuspid aortic valve. The normal aortic valve is formed of 3 cusps. And the 3 cusps, when closed, they look like the Mercedes-Benz sign. When they are open, they open to a complete circle. No problem. A valve formed of 2 cusps, such as the one you see in front of you, يبقى عامل زي عروة الزراعة, looks like a buttonhole. When it's closed, it looks like slit, like that. And when it is open, it opens over. عمرك تعرف تفتح عروة الزراعة تخليها دايرة كاملة؟ Impossible. تبقى over, لكن عمرها هتفتح دايرة كاملة. That's why the flow is disturbed. The flow is abnormal. This abnormal flow results in mechanical trauma. So with time, the valve becomes either stenotic or regurgitant or both stenotic and regurgitant. And because of the abnormal flow, this valve is more susceptible to bacterial endocarditis than the normal valve. But in addition to that, there is a very serious condition. Bicuspid aortic valve is associated with an inherited connective tissue weakness of the ascending aorta. And that's why these patients are more likely to develop ascending aortic aneurysm or rupture or dissecting aortic aneurysm of the ascending aorta. Why am I saying all this about bicuspid aortic valve? Because bicuspid aortic valve is the most common congenital heart disease. بمعنى ان كل الكونجنتال هارت ديزيز اللي احنا نعرفه على بعضه اي اس دي على في اس دي على فيروكسيترالوجي على 8 في الألف من كل لايف بيرث. بايكاسبيد اورتيك فالف 20 في الألف. يعني هو لوحده قد الكونجنتال هارت ديزيز كله مرتين. So this is the most common congenital cardiac anomaly you will encounter. Another cause of aortic stenosis in young age is congenital. بس في حاجة مهمة. Isolated aortic stenosis is never rheumatic. دي لازم نعرفها كويس قوي. في aortic stenosis مع aortic regurg ماشي. aortic stenosis مع mitral valve disease ماشي. لكن aortic stenosis بس never rheumatic. الجزئية دي مهمة لأن النوع ده بقى من العيانين مش محتاج long acting penicillin. ما يلزمش. In older age بيبتدي يبان بقى النوع الثاني اللي هو فالف مكون من 3 كاسبس عادي بس بقوا فيري فايبروتيك او حتى كالسيفايد فما بيفتحوش. ده موضوع
Aortic stenosis occurs in the setting of a congenital bicuspid aortic valve. Once the valve calcifies, the second heart sound.
ده بقى النوع الثاني اللي بقول لكم عليه اللي هو مكون من 3 كاسبس زي ما انتم شايفين كده بس كالسيفايد وبالتالي هم 3 كاسبس بس ما بيفتحوش.
May become inaudible. Some patients, the murmur of aortic stenosis
This is important.
That cardiac apex with a higher pitch. This phenomenon was first described by Cairo.
Galverdam phenomenon دي عبارة عن ان نفس aortic stenosis murmur is very clearly heard over the apex to the extent that you may mistake it for mitral regurgitation. But number 1, it propagates to the neck. Mitral regurgitation does not propagate to the neck. 2, It does not increase with hand grip. Mitral regurgitation increases with hand grip. So even if it goes to the apex, it will also be heard over the first aortic area. وبالتالي ده ممكن يحصل in aortic stenosis, but it shouldn't cause confusion if you use the other maneuvers. المكان اللي بنسمع عليه aortic stenosis usually is the so-called first aortic area, the second space to the right of the step. But allowed aortic stenosis can be heard all over the heart. And that the loudest. And this is the place where you feel for the thrill of aortic stenosis. Second space to the right of the sternum. If you want to exaggerate the murmur of aortic stenosis, no, not all aortic stenosis murmur are as loud as that. You miss the patient عشان if you suppose you want to make the murmur of aortic stenosis more clear, نعمل ايه؟ احنا قلنا ايه من شوية؟ Excellent. Excellent. Leaning forward until the expiration. Remember this maneuver, it's very important. Leaning forward until the expiration. The patient has left ventricular failure, aortic stenosis murmur may be faint. And if you miss aortic stenosis, diagnose the patient as just heart failure and treat him medically, he will die. Because the prognosis of aortic stenosis with left ventricular failure is very poor. They have very high mortality. Whereas if you diagnose aortic stenosis, the patient has aortic valve replacement, he has a normal life expectancy. مهم للواحد يفتكر الجزئيه دي.
This murmur is heard best with the patient sitting up and leaning forward. Doppler studies can directly measure the gradient across the aortic valve, allowing a calculation.
هنا by the use of the echo, you can tell the area of the left ventricular outflow, the area just below the valve, right? And we mentioned before that the echo Doppler can measure the velocity of flow. صح? Now I want you to reason with me. There is a tube that has a cross-sectional area of 2 square centimeters. And there is a fluid going in this tube at a speed of 1 meter per second. Okay? Now suddenly the area of the tube is diminished to become 1 centimeter. For the same amount of fluid to go, it has to go at a speed of 2 meters per second. مش هنتاك. مش كده؟ Now, by echo Doppler, we have the diameter of the outflow tract of the left ventricle below the valve. And we can calculate the speed of flow under the valve. And we know the speed of flow over the valve. By knowing the 2 speeds and the lower area, we can calculate the area of the valve. So you can use ED.
لا كرهات الطلبه يا دكتور.
Okay. Whatever. So by using this technique, you can tell the severity of aortic stenosis as well. لما الدكتوره آلاء تحرك الفيديو ده، عاوزكم تبصوا كويس على الليفلتس اوف ذا aortic valve. هتجدوا فيها حاجتين، الحاجه الاولانيه انها تخينه، والحاجه الثانيه انها مش بتفتح بالكامل. احفظوا شكلها عشان بعد كده اوريكم فيديو تاني بتاع نوع aortic valve واقول لكم شوفوا الفرق بين الاثنين. اتفضلي يا
aortic valve area. In summary, aortic stenosis presents with a harsh, diamond-shaped, late-peaking murmur, heard best at the second right intercostal space with the patient leaning forward. Listen once again to a patient with aortic stenosis.